Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing good. Today I am back with another video. Arsenal have finally announced a player after doing a dozen of videos. We have finally announced a player. Obviously, this has not come at a surprise. We all knew about this anyway, but yeah, Arsenal have announced Kepa as the signing, the first signing. I'm not gonna lie, I never thought he would be our first signing, but yeah, listen, I'm happy with him and obviously going to go into this in more detail as I get into the video. But yeah, I'm looking forward to chatting with you all today. Big up Ashik, big up everyone that's watching this. If you guys have any questions you want to send in, please do. I'm happy to answer them as I'm talking about the latest news. And please do smash the likes on this video too while you're watching this. And yeah, do subscribe here if you're new and you enjoy my content. So yeah, Arsenal have announced Kepa. Listen, I'm not surprised. I mean, I did hear the new rumours that Arsenal were going to sign on the 1st of July, and it has happened. So, listen, that is obviously it's good news. And listen, we've been waiting for all of this. I'm just happy it's been done. We can now look forward to seeing him at Arsenal. And yeah, I'm happy that we've obviously got that over the line and made our first signing. I mean, we've known about this for a while anyway, so it definitely isn't a surprise to any of us. But yeah, I'm really, really happy. Obviously it's 5 million a deal from Chelsea, which, as I've said so many times, I think that is a bargain. I think that's very cheap and a really good bit of business. So yeah, for 5 million, for experienced goalkeeper like him to step up as a backup, I think is definitely a good bit of business for me. Um, yeah, so Kepa will be replacing Neto as the backup option in goal. He had a big season at Bournemouth, and yeah, I think obviously he's really well having that experience is going to help us. I think because when Raya can't play, when he has to play, he can definitely be there and step up. So yeah, for me, everyone knows that I'm thinking this is a bit a smart business. I think there's nothing wrong with this. I know it's not a striker that we wanted, but I don't think I can really complain too much about this one. I'm personally quite happy with this. I'm pretty sure from what I've read it is a 3-year contract. Which in my mind I thought it might have been 2 years, so 3 years doesn't really surprise me. But yeah, obviously I'm quite happy with this. I think it's great to see him be at Arsenal for quite a few years and yeah, step up after Raya. In his mind, I know he's come to compete and not be on the bench, but we all know that Raya is our first choice, and yeah, I'm pretty sure he knows that himself, and he'll want to do his best for Arsenal. But yeah, obviously he said his goodbye to Chelsea now, and he is officially an Arsenal player, which obviously I'm quite happy about. I think he's, like I said, I think he's definitely going to be a really good Arsenal player, and you give everything for the badge. So yeah, for me, I have no complaints. I have no arguments about this. I know some people aren't particularly happy because we're going for Chelsea players, but I definitely think this is a good bit of business. I think, we do need that backup, we do need that, squad depth for sure. So yeah, for me personally, I think it's a smart move. I think it's a good bit of business, and obviously Arsenal's first signing. Um, Obviously, he did say that he's really happy to be here, really excited, looking forward to what is coming. He also said the ambition is shown in his club when I talked to Arteta and the goalkeeping coach, how much they show me in the desire to win. I hope we get close to winning. Hopefully we can all achieve that. As I said, he signed a 3-year deal. So, yeah, for me, I think that is, yeah, not a bad thing at all. Big up Pablo, I hope you're good. Good to see you in here. So yeah, obviously Kepa signed a 3-year deal. Let me know your thoughts on this. Even if you're not an Arsenal fan, just let me know what you think as well, because I'm happy to hear everyone's opinions. But yeah, like I said, for me, we're doing a bit of a backup goalkeeper. We can never predict the future. We don't know if Fry could be out at any point, and we need someone that can come in and step up. And I have confidence that he can do that. As I said, he had a great season at Bournemouth. He's been at Madrid. He's had some really good spells at the clubs he's been at. So yeah, I don't see this as a negative at all. I only see this as a positive thing. So yeah, for me, I'm excited to see what's next for him and yeah, what he can bring to the team. As I said, he does seem to have a lot of passion and desire for Arsenal and for football. So yeah, I think this is probably the right step in his career right now. And I think I know we do go for Chelsea players, which I'm not keen on, but I don't think this will be a bad sign at all. I know with Kepa, he is he's a player that people might be unsure on because I know he had that incident a few years ago, and when Sarri was at Chelsea, he wouldn't leave the pitch and all of that. But I really believe that he has grown as a player, and he has obviously developed and gone out and played for Bournemouth, Madrid, got that experience. So yeah, I think this is. I think this is a good backup. I mean, we know Raya's our number one. That won't change. And I think having Kepa there, maybe to play in the cup games, maybe to just give Raya a bit of a rest at times. I don't think this is a bad thing at all. Um, we got Pablo, another Chelsea read it to Arsenal, in my opinion, guys, that require. I personally think we do need a backup goalkeeper because obviously, I think Neto has played and he has done a good job, but I do think we could do with a more experienced backup goalkeeper. And I do think a backup goalkeeper is important because, like I said, we never know what's around the corner. And I think we always need that backup. So for me, I'm happy that we're doing this, and I think it's the right thing to do. And like I said, it's 5 million. That's a bargain. That's literally no price at all. So I think this is definitely the right thing for Arsenal to do this. And like I said, I don't really have any complaints about us, bringing in him. And I'm with you. I don't particularly want us to bring in Chelsea players, and I don't think we are going to do that much now. But I do think this is probably, a good step for us going forward. So, yeah, I'm happy with it. It's not the most exciting signing because I know we need a striker, but yeah, obviously this is pretty much Arsenal's first signing, so hopefully we're going to see many more to come because I really want to see some more signings happen because we definitely need to have a few more signings for sure. So yeah, hopefully in the upcoming days, obviously it's 1st of July today, so more's going to happen, but I do hope this can happen for sure. I want us to sign someone else and bring some other players in. I know we've all known about Kepa for a little while now, but I do hope we can obviously bringing some more players in. So yeah, we're going to have to see what happens with that. But as I said, for me personally, I have no complaints about this. I think the majority of fans are quite happy, and I think that's completely fair enough because, I think he will be a very, very good backup goalkeeper. So yeah, that is pretty much my thoughts on him. I am going to speak a bit about some other things now as well, guys, because I know there's a few other players that we have been linked to and things have developed. Eze is looking more and more likely every day. I think with Eze, it's looking quite positive. I have read quite a few different things, so I'm not too sure if Arsenal have made contact with him yet, but it has said that Arsenal put as a high among options to boost their attack. No contact with Crystal Palace yet. Unclear if it needs exit, but serious candidates separate to a striker and a winger. So it seems like we're going to bring him in, a winger and a striker. So it does seem that Arsenal are going to really do their business this year. So yeah, I'm quite happy to hear that because we do need quite a few attackers. I think Arteta, Berto know that our attack isn't the most exciting at the moment, and like we need to boost our attack and make it more exciting. So yeah, I completely agree. Um, Big up Emerson. I hope you're good. Hi. So if Kepa will be a good backup, we'll get some games, and Stretford will go on loan, but will stay if Hine goes. Yeah, obviously that third choice is also important, but yeah, I think, like you said, it's just a backup goalkeeper. That's all he's going to be. I mean, it's not like he's going to be a starter or he's going to start games. I have confidence in Kepa. I think he's obviously got that experience and, he's really proven himself. So, yeah, for me personally, I can't complain about this at all because I don't think there is anything to complain about because it's 5 million. He's a backup goalkeeper. Um, so, yeah, I think this is definitely for me a good bit of business. Um, Big up AW, not bothered by Kepa. It's just a cup keeper. Could be anyone. Yeah, I think. Listen, I think all he's going to be is probably someone that will, step in when he needs to. I mean, we know Raya is our goalkeeper. We know Raya's our number one. He's going to play a lot of games for sure, like he has last season. Um, but yeah, I think that's just all he's gonna do. That's his job basically. Just someone that can come in, when he needs to come in, and the cup games are quite important for me personally because I want us to go far in them this season. So yeah, we all know Ryan will definitely be our number one, but he'll just come in when he needs to. Um, or if Raya has an injury at any point, hopefully he won't, but if it comes down to that, we know that he can come in and yeah, do a really good job for us, and that's all I'll ever ask from him, just to step up and do his best for Arsenal. But yeah, I think it's probably not the most exciting signing because it's not the striker that we all want, and it's not that position. Um, but yeah, I do hope in the upcoming days we are going to see um some more signings for sure. Um, so yeah, obviously Kepa's our first signing, which obviously, well, hopefully we're going to see more follow. But yeah, I think so far this isn't a bad signing at all. I think it's definitely a good bit of business. As a backup. So yeah, me personally, I'm not going to complain about this because I don't think it's a bad bit of business at all. I think it's pretty good, to be honest with you right now. I think it's yeah, looking promising, but obviously we all know that there's been a lot of business going behind the scenes. We know there's quite a few players that have been announced, but officially it hasn't been announced yet, so it probably doesn't feel as exciting. Big up everyone that's watching, by the way. I do really appreciate it. Like I said, if you've got any questions, send in. Let me know your thoughts on the signing of Kepa. And do like this video, guys, while you're watching, and do subscribe here too. And yeah, I'll happily answer any questions you guys may have, so don't forget to send them through. Gun_fan says happy with Kepa. Yeah, I think it's just the feeling that I have with Kepa is content. It's a good signing, but I'm not gonna scream over it. It's not a sign that will excite me to that level. SA would excite me, which I hope does happen. And obviously bringing in that striker that we need is gonna excite us. But yeah, I do agree. It's it's just a good signing. It's just a signing that's gonna get us, a bit of help, bit of backup for Raya. That's all it is really. So yeah, happy Arsenal doing that. Simple answer: no, it isn't good business, not good. Another Chelsea reject. I mean, a lot of people are saying this, which is fair enough. I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I'm not personally a big fan of going to Chelsea players, like going you know, back Chelsea players, bringing ex Chelsea players in, former Chelsea players, sorry. I'd rather us look elsewhere, but if we are being honest, we do need that backup for Raya, and I don't think this is a bad bit of business at all. I think you can see it in a different way. People might see it as, oh my god, we're going to Chelsea. If he doesn't start for Chelsea, then why is he coming to Arsenal? But at the same time, we have had quite a few good Chelsea players over the years. I think that in recent years, Jorginho, Louise, they've been pretty good signings. So yeah, it isn't all doom and gloom when it comes to buying Chelsea players. We have had some good ones, but I do get it. I don't. They are our rivals at the end of the day. So yeah, um, and you get that. I do have a question, please, Kepa. Do you think we'll sell Karl Heinz? Possibly. I mean, Kepa's going to be on number 2 now, isn't he? So it could possibly go that way. I'll be honest with you, I was shocked last season. Arteta never really gave Neto a chance, did he? I mean, maybe Arteta didn't have confidence in him at all that he could get the job done, but I think in general Arteta's never really given the backup goalkeepers many games, maybe 2 or 3 games. I mean, I think for me, like I think our backup goalkeeper should play in quite a few games, to League Cup games. I mean, I suppose the early Champions League games possibly. I think the backup goalkeepers should be playing a lot more than what they do play. So yeah, I think that is definitely a fair point. I'm not sure what we're going to do about it, but yeah, I think he might be the third choice. Maybe we'll sell him. I really don't know what we're going to do about that. But yeah, with Kepa, like I said, let me know what you think. Obviously, I'm okay with it. That's how I feel. I don't feel excited because it's not a striker. It's not an attacking player. It's not going to change the team. I mean, but it will help with squad depth. So yeah, that's my honest thoughts. Kepa will get the League Cup, FA Cup, hopefully good enough to help us win them. Yeah, I think that's all I'll ask for him, is to just really help us get to the semi-finals, the finals. I think when it gets to the semi-finals, that's when I probably want Raya to play, because I think Raya is on the one, and he will want to play in those moments too. So yeah, I do completely agree with that. So yeah, drop your comments down below. I do want to actually, I was speaking about Eze before, so I'm going to speak about that obviously. Um, Also, I'm not sure if they've bidded yet. I mean, there's so many reports say so many different things, but as a situation is seems like it's developing a lot more. Obviously, I think the main feeling from the fans is that they're happy with it, and that he'll be a good signing. So, yeah, I think for me, like I said, Eze would be a great signing for Arsenal. I'll be very happy with him. I think he'd definitely help Arsenal in the attack. I think he'll be incredible. I'll be honest with you, Arsenal just need to pay the money, 68 million. I mean, I guess that is a lot, but for someone like Eze, you're gonna have to pay that price because he's such a good player. So I don't know. I think Arsenal are trying to negotiate a different price, but just pay it and move on and just bring him to Arsenal. Like, that is pretty much how I feel about it. I think with Spurs, I think that's sort of calmed down now. I don't think that's happening as much. I don't think he's gonna go there. But for me, like I said, I'm pretty happy with Eze. That'd be a really good signing. Big up, Kevin definitely needs a good backup goalkeeper. Keepers get complacent and need pressure. Yeah, yeah, I do agree with that. I think that's so true because I think Raya is comfortable. He is definitely the number one, and like I said, I think bringing in Kepa is gonna maybe push Raya more competition, given that competition, which I think competition is always pretty healthy. I think players need competition to make them a better player. I think competition is there to push you, as you mentioned, especially with a goalkeeper, because I remember when Ramsdale was here. Never in my Never in my mind would I ever think he wouldn't be at Arsenal right now. And you got that competition, and that pushed him away from Arsenal, which was sad how it ended with Ramsdale. But ultimately, it's made Raya settle in more, made Raya a great player now. So yeah, I think it's quite tough, really, isn't it, how it's ended? But yeah, I mean, I definitely think Kepa's going to come in to give the team that competition, give Raya competition, make it a bit hard for him, but obviously help Arsenal win those trophies because Kepa did say how Arsenal are so close to getting those trophies, but we're still just not there yet. We need a few more additions to obviously help us going forward. But yeah, I do think we've got quite a good squad, as I said, and I think we're so close to doing it. We just need maybe a few more players to help us a bit. So yeah, I do definitely think that we're very close to doing it. But yeah, ultimately we just need to make sure we're bringing those attackers. Obviously, Eze is one which I'll be very happy with. I spoke about this player a few weeks ago, Madueke from Chelsea. I'll be honest, I am surprised you're entertaining it. I wouldn't entertain it if I was Arteta or Edu. Berta, sorry. Um, I'm not. I'm not convinced he is better than what we have right now. I want someone to come in that is better than what we have right now, and I'm not sure he is. He's a good player, but is he a great player? We need players that are great, not good, because we have a lot of good players, but we need a lot of great players. So you also have discussed Madueke internally this week as a potential option. No proposals or talks by the club yet. It's an open situation. So yeah, I think for me, Arsenal are keeping options open. They want to see what it's like because I am under the impression that Arsenal want Eze, a winger, and a striker, which I'm very happy about because I was worried they just want Eze and a striker because I think we need another attacker. But yeah, I think for me, I'm not a fan of it. I'm gonna be completely honest because I don't think he improves Arsenal. Yeah, he can get us goals, he can get us assists, but like Eze and Rodrigo, they're players that are gonna massively improve the team, and I'm not really convinced that Madueke can do that. So for me, I'd probably say no, but it's looking a bit more close. I know no bids have happened yet, but it does seem a lot more likely to happen. But obviously, I don't really want that. If we bring in Nordi, I want Berta to be sacked. Simple, yeah. I do wonder now as well which signings are keep saying Edu, which signings are Berta's and which signings are going to be Arteta's because I was listening to a podcast the other day. I can't remember who it was, but they were saying they think that Eze is a Berta signing, and I'll be honest, I kind of agree with that because when has Arteta ever been interested in Eze? We've never really shown any interest in Eze, as far as I remember. And I just feel like it's come at a surprise that we're going for him now, probably because actually Berta really wants him. And I think Berta, if that's the case, he's very right to want him because he would definitely be a great addition. Eze won't go to Spurs, Arsenal, or will stay. It depends on your decision and how Guehi priced. Yeah, I know with obviously Guehi going to Liverpool, which is I don't think it's happened yet, but I know that's pretty ongoing. That does look quite likely. So yeah, I do agree. I think I'd be honest with you. I know Spurs have won a Europa League, but I think it'd be a waste of Eze's career if he went to Spurs because he deserves to play in the Champions League. I know Spurs are there, but I just don't think Spurs are a team that will ever win anything big like a league. I know Europa League is a big trophy. I'm not taking that away from them, but um, I just think that I think it'd be a waste of his time going to Spurs. I don't think that'd be a good move for him. I think Eze needs to go somewhere where he can win, league titles, Champions Leagues. So I think I think we can get there if we bring in the right players, but obviously at the moment it's so hard to tell because you just never know what Arsenal are going to do this summer. So yeah, I do agree. Um, and yeah, I think I'd understand if he did stay at Crystal Palace as well because they're doing really well and they've come a long way this last few seasons as well. Um, Eze has a £68 million buyout clause, so pay and move on. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I think. I think Arsenal need to just get the job done and move on and think of the next players they're going to bring in because we are keeping the options open with the wingers. And I do wonder who we're actually going to bring in at this point. But yeah, I do agree. I think we need to just pay it, move on, stop faffing about, stop taking our time because Liverpool, Man City, they're getting the jobs done quite early on and we're not really doing that. So yeah, I do agree with that. Um, Rodrigo would cost us 85 million euros, so pay and move on, please. I think Rodrigo might be a bit more harder to get than Eze. I think with Rodrigo, I've heard we'd have to wait till the end of I think like near the end of the summer, like September time. So I do wonder what is going to happen there because it is taking quite a while. We're having to wait with Rodrigo. I think with Rodrigo, like, is he staying? Is he not staying? I have no idea what he's doing. I'll be honest with you. I don't think he knows what he wants himself. I have no idea. Um, so yeah, for me, I'm pretty confused with that. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I think Eze is second choice Rodrigo, possibly. I mean, with Eze, where would we actually play him? Like, are we playing him in the Odegaard position? Are we play him on the wing? I mean, if we're bringing a winger in, they want to start as well. I mean, say we brought in Alanga or Gordon, they're gonna want to start. They're not gonna come to Arsenal to be on the bench. So whoever bringing in, are they gonna start? As Eze will want to start. Eze deserves to start. I'll be honest. I personally think Eze is a lot better than Martinelli and Trossard, so Eze for me would start for me, but I don't know what we're gonna do. And it would be nice, it would be bonus if we could keep Martinelli or Trossard here because I do think that squad depth is important. I mean, I'm not expecting for us to play Eze all the time. I don't want us to play him every game because I want him to have a rest because I believe if we brought Eze in, he'll need to play for us in those big games for us. So I do think that rotation is going to be so important for us next season. Big up everyone. I'm just going to go through your questions now. Um, that's not good enough. We need both. I agree, both, but we have Arsenal. Have Arsenal done Liverpool be making big moves? Yeah, I don't think we're ever bringing them both. I think Liverpool would do that, but yeah, I think that'd be interesting. Um, Eze has seen what Elise has done and wants ECL football and be England's first choice at World Cup. Yeah, I mean, do you know? I'll be honest with you. I think we should have gone for Elise a long time ago, but we missed that. We missed that boat, and we've not even. I don't know why we never really thought about it because him and Eze would have been great at Arsenal, but I'll be honest with you, I'm surprised Arsenal haven't looked at Eze sooner. I've been watching Eze for a long time, and I don't know why we shouldn't have got him 2 seasons ago or a season ago. I think now that he's won something, I think he could more likely to leave Crystal Palace, knowing that he's left a great legacy there. But I do feel as though we're quite slow on the mark with these things, and it's quite disappointing for me. Um, I would start Eze in the Odegaard role, then still buy a left wing. Yeah, that's a fair point, but at the same time, that won't happen, will it? Because Arteta's going to start Odegaard the season coming up. The problem with Odegaard being our captain is the captain really has to play a lot of football, and I don't know how it's going to go for Odegaard next season. But yes, I do think Eze would thrive in that position in the Odegaard role, but I don't know if that is going to happen. So yeah, I think we just need to get the business done. We can worry about this later about the positions as long as we get Eze in, and hopefully he can do really well at Arsenal. And yeah, I'm interested if he's happy to come to Arsenal because as you know, as Kevin said before, I mean, you look at Elise and he's moved on and he's playing in the Champions League. As much as Crystal Palace is a great club, to move on to a different club in the Champions League is a great thing for these footballers. So I think, like Kevin says, as we're thinking about that and hoping that he can achieve that himself. Um, Bayern Munich are after Eze as well, so we have to get him done. Yeah, we need to get that done definitely. I think, like you said, we need to do it sooner than later because we are taking our time. We really are. I want to get it done as soon as we can. I mean, I know it's 68 million, and listen, Rodrigo is like double, well, a lot more than that. So I'm with you. I think we need to just get it done, and hope that we can bring him to Arsenal. He'd definitely be an incredible signing. Obviously, where he plays, I'm not too sure how that is going to work out. I don't know where he would play, but I do think that he is definitely going to do really well at Arsenal. I do really believe that, and yeah, I do really like him as a player at Crystal Palace. Odegaard is one of the most subbed off captains in history, make it if that were you will. Yeah, I mean, I do think Eze would do really well in that position, but I just don't think Odegaard's going to get dropped unless he's injured. I think if Odegaard plays the first 5 games and he's really poor, I think Arteta needs to see the bigger picture and he needs to play. If we are getting Eze's Arsenal, then he needs to play in that position. I'm not saying Eze can't play on the wing. I'm just thinking more that he would probably thrive more in the attacking position and maybe help going forward. So, yeah, I'm interested to see how it is going to work out. If Eze comes to Arsenal, hopefully that will happen. But yeah, I do think if Odegaard has a poor, maybe 5 to 10 games, I do think the big questions definitely need to be asked. But yeah, 86 likes. Thank you for all of you guys that have liked my video so far. Obviously, if you haven't already liked it, please do drop a like. And yeah, obviously fire away your questions, guys, that you have for me. I'm more than happy to answer them today. Tomorrow night I'll be back here. I'm gonna do a watch along for the Women's Euros game, Switzerland, Norway. I'll be back at 8 p.m. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing a watch along. I'll probably do a few watch alongs for the Euros. Not every game, but most games I'll try and do a few in the week. Um, if we truly sell Gabriel Martinelli to Saudi, it must be Rodrigo Lookman, in my opinion. Yeah, I think Arsenal are really considering selling Martinelli because I think from articles that I've read, it seems as though Arteta and Berta want to bring in they obviously want um Eze in, they want a winger, they want a striker. So it seems to me Arsenal are saying the right things. We're obviously gonna have to see what they do, but it does seem quite promising for us of what they're gonna do this summer. So yeah, I think if I was Arteta and Berta, the least I'd take is 50 million. Um I know Bayern Munich have been interested with Saudi. It depends on Luis Diaz because if Luis Diaz isn't going Saudi, they'll go for Martinelli. Um, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if Luis Diaz. I couldn't imagine him at Saudi. But then Martinelli, I don't know if I'd. I mean, everyone has different opinion on the Saudi league. I think it's just a lot of money, and I think if I was a footballer, I'd rather be in a team that are in the Champions League that obviously get into finals. Yeah, I didn't. Saudi is everyone has different opinion on the Saudi league, but I think with Martinelli, I think he does deserve. The old Martinelli would deserve to be in the team in the Champions League for Liverpool, but fortunately Martinelli isn't the player he once was, which obviously is a bit of a shame to be honest with you. Um, can I please ask, with how injury prone Gabriel Jesus and Tommy, would you buy them out the deals to make room on the wage bill? A really good question. Thank you so much, AJ. I would obviously wait. I presume that Jesus is fit now. I think he's okay. I've seen a few videos of him looking okay now. I do think we need to move them on. I know their deals are still. I do think there is a few years left on the deals, right? With Tomiyasu and Jesus. I think, like a lot of us say, I think their time is definitely done at Arsenal. I think they do need to move on, but obviously, I would possibly do that, yeah, to answer your question, because I think Tomiyasu can't play in the league. He doesn't have the physicality for it. Well, more not the physicality, but I think with Tomiyasu, he can't stay fit for the league, and I think some players can obviously come to the league and thrive and play so many games. Other players just can't do that, and Tomiyasu, unfortunately, is a player that can't play a lot of football for us, and that is obviously a real shame because I do like Tomiyasu. With Jesus, I feel like he is just the same problems. He's a great player when he wants to be, but he can't stay fit. So yeah, it's just one of those things we're gonna have to do. So yeah, I would probably do that if we had to. With I know with Partey, him going, I mean, his wage bill thing, I mean, I'm not bothered if we wanted to pay him more, but I think maybe it saves Arsenal money to not pay him as much. But we're losing out because we've not even got any money for him from leaving. So, yeah. To answer your question, probably yes, I would, because we need to move. Things need to move on a bit more. Eze is an Arsenal fan, so that is half the issue solved. Yeah, I do get that. I think I'll be honest with you, I do think he had to go out and really prove himself as a player to become who he is today. But I don't think he'd have left Crystal Palace until he's won a trophy, and he's done that now. So maybe that is a chance. But yeah, obviously, I think whatever happens, if he doesn't want to come to Arsenal, I respect that. But like you said, I think maybe he's probably seen other teams, other players like his friends doing really well, and he wants to, be in the England team. I think with Eze, I mean, I find him very exciting to watch, and I think, having someone like that would be great at Arsenal. I do worry in a way of Arteta, because Arteta can not give players as much freedom at times, I feel. So I feel like Eze is someone that you just should say, do what you want, do what you should do on the pitch and have fun. I think Eze, I can say he's a player that always has fun on the pitch and always gives his best. So yeah, I think obviously I want him at Arsenal, but as long as he doesn't go to Spurs, that would be great. But yeah, we're gonna have to see what happens with Eze, because at this moment nothing much is developed. Nothing's really changed at the moment. So I'm hoping that obviously we'll put in a bid for him. Like someone said before, 68 million, just take it, just do it. Because other players are going to want him. So yeah, that is my biggest worry. And big up AJ. Because personally, would just buy them out at this point. Yeah, I agree. I've run out of patience as well. We do have a lot of injury prone players, and I can't stress enough how frustrating it is as well, because you want to rely on these players and you just can't, because they're not reliable. You can't trust them to do a good job because they just can't stay fit. So yeah, definitely agree with you there. I think to be honest with you, the sort of players that I think should go, obviously Zinchenko, we could get a bit of money for him, Tomiyasu, Jesus. For me, I've said many times, I could give I'd give Calafiori. I'd personally give Calafiori another season. I'd want to see what he can do. But if maybe a good price came in, maybe we could take it. I don't know. Maybe Arteta wants to keep him for a bit of, that squad depth, which I understand. But yeah, I do think we need to make sure we have a strong enough squad for the squad depth for the cup games, things like that. I want us to win FA Cup. I'd love for us to win the League Cup. We've got every opportunity to do that. So yeah. Another question: do you think last season has made anyone else injury prone? A real question. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know why a lot of these players have suffered the same injury. Is there a pattern there? I know a lot of the players have done the hamstring. Is that there's a pattern, or is it just them playing too much football? Obviously that is something that maybe we'll never know. But yeah, I do think that's something that is a bit of a concern. So yeah, I think players. I don't think Saka is a player that would get injured unless he'd play. I think Saka played too much football last season. Think I think I think Havertz will be a player that does have injuries every so often. Trying to think who else. Partey, I know Partey's gone now, but he was another player that had always faced injuries when he'd come to Arsenal. Um, I'm trying to think who else I feel like. Odegaard, I think Odegaard played a lot of football, and I think he needed someone to maybe give him a bit of a rest every so often. So I think for him, that's probably another thing. So yeah, I think definitely it's a big conversation to have. So yeah, I do think that's a fair point. A lot of these players have picked up injuries, and I think it can be a little bit of a problem. And I think if we had the same problem next season, then possibly I would be a bit worried. Because I know every so often you'll have players, one or two players that will pick up injuries, but you do really hope that most of your squad players won't do that. So yeah, I definitely think that is a bit of a worry, but yeah, hopefully next season we'll have players that can be reliable. I would give Calafiori one more year. Yeah, I personally would as well. I know he's not everyone's cup of tea. I think defensively he has definitely improvements to make, but listen, he is so young. I know people don't like to hear that, but I think he's in the early 20s, and I think his first season in the Premier League, people need time to adapt. I mean, if he had a similar season, then I would obviously understand to move him on. But I think overall, I think he's done pretty good, and I think I don't have too many complaints. I know he's had injuries. I know there's been other things going on, but yeah, I do like him. I think he needs more time. I think he's great going forward. I mean, that goal against Man City, probably my favourite goal of Arsenal this season. I think, um, yeah, he'd be amazing if he can keep doing that. Another question, please. Do you think Max Downing will actually play next season? Because I really want to see what he does. I hope so. I mean, I think, like I said before, the only chance you are going to see him is in those cup games. In those chances, when we're winning the game quite comfortably. So I think we're only going to see maybe the academy players have those chances when it's sort of the cup games when we're winning quite comfortably, or when we're playing like a Preston, we might see him, or whoever we get early on. Hopefully, it's not a Premier League team. So yeah, I hope we get to see more of the academy players, because these are the moments that they deserve and that they want, and I think they've not really had many of them. So yeah, I hope that we'll see more of Max Downing, because I think I love watching the academy players come through. And now with the women's team, we have seen them a bit more come through. So yeah, I hope that that can happen for him. So yeah, fingers crossed, guys. He will get some minutes. California will be fine. It's like Bellerin and Model. He's good when he stays fit. Yeah, I think for California to have a good season next season, we just need him to be fit, reliable, and yeah, hopefully, help us going forward, because he is great going forward. So yeah, I have don't have too many doubts about him. Big up James. If Max doesn't start some games, Arteta should be sacked in January. I think the time for Max to have minutes is probably the early stages of the League Cup, the early stages of the FA Cup. I also feel as I also feel like with the academy players. I mean, say you're beating Burnley like 5-0 or 4-0, you could bring them on then as well. I think when you're winning a game comfortably, this is the time to bring them on. So yeah, I think it's a great opportunity, and I hope Arteta can really give the academy players some chances to shine and do really well at Arsenal. So yeah, I'm hoping that that can be the case. He wasn't good enough this season. He got one more season to save his career. Yeah, I'm with you. I think the season that after the summer, the season's going to come up. I think we'll have to really see, you know, how he can do. But yeah, for me, that is when I'd lose my patience fully in Arteta. So yeah, I do think he's not got long left really. Did you have any players in the under 21 twin team? I think it was just when Neri, wasn't it? Let me know, guys. Was it just when Neri? Because I did watch that game. I thought it was a crazy final, but yeah, I think it was when Neri. Yeah, I think it was just him. But let me know if I've got it wrong. I know it might be some other players, but I'm pretty sure it was just Ethan. That, to be honest with you, I don't think Ethan really had a lot of game time anyway. I think he always came on for a little bit as well. So also in Arsenal season, I hope you can see more of Nwaneri as well, because I do think he is a very, very, very special talent as well. So yeah, hopefully we'll get to see a bit more of him. Um, he was a good forward. He's good going forward. Issue is defensively needs to improve a bit. Yeah, I think if I presume that's California talking about, but yeah, I do agree. I think going forward, as you said, I think that's never his fault. It's great going forward. I think that's probably his best quality, but it's just his defensive qualities that I think he could improve on. I think some fans aren't big admirers of him. To be honest with you, I think he needs a bit of time. I mean, like I said, if the season coming up he's still struggling, then I'd probably think of other options because if it's a second season and he's still struggling, then I think that tells us all we need to know. To be honest with you, but yeah, I would give California more of an opportunity. We had Ethan; he was benched a lot. Yeah, I definitely think that's true because I think it was just Ethan that was in there, but he did really well. I thought he had a really good um time there, but I've been nice to have seen him to get more minutes really, but I'm happy that he's obviously European champion now. He's a defender. If you can't fix that, get out. Sorry, we're a big club. We have time for this. Yeah, I think I'll be honest with you. Like with AJ saying about that, I think give California another season. If we see improvements and we think there's something that we can work on with him, then keep him. But if it's still the same mistakes, then I'm with you. I think we have to move on because I think we can't just keep players for the sake of it. We have to move on. I always think to myself, would Liverpool have a player like him or at their club? And if they wouldn't, then why should we? Um, but yeah, California for me needs another season. I can't form a strong opinion on California yet because I don't think I've seen enough of him. I think with California, from what I've seen at the moment, I just think he's great going forward. He's got a really good eye for a goal, but I think in the defensive areas, I think that he does struggle a little bit. So yeah, I think that's my opinion on him right now. But things could change next season. I hope they can change. I think with Mosquera, I'm pretty sure he's going to come to Arsenal as well. He'd probably be more of a squad player. I was thinking of him. If he's coming, does that mean Kivior's going? I really hope that isn't the case. I think that'd be unfair on Kivior because I think he's still a good squad player to have around the team because, like I said, we can never predict the future. We can never predict the injuries that people have, and we just never know what's around the corner. So, yeah, for me, I would definitely like to see him still be at Arsenal, but I do definitely think that Zinchenko needs to go. I think we've got enough players defensively now. We're gonna be okay. I always kind of forget we still have like Ben White because Ben White is obviously gonna hopefully really prove himself next season. I think with Ben White, I unfortunately think he's gonna be a player that just has a lot of injuries. I think we know Jack Wilshere was amazing, so I feel like I'm not comparing him to him, but I think with Jack Wilshere, we knew he was good, we knew Ben White's good, but they both we can't rely on either. I don't think Ben White is a player you can rely on because of his injury record, and that's a real shame because I do think he has potential. But yeah, and that's the thing. We need players that we can rely on because I do hope we can obviously get a step further next season, and win more silverware. So yeah, going to be tough next season. It really is. Honestly believe MLS will be another Ashley Cole. Thoughts, please. I think if it came down to it, I don't think he'd leave us for Chelsea, but I do think he would leave us for Liverpool or Man City. Not Man City. I think he could leave us Liverpool one day, possibly, but I think it's so difficult because, like, listen, if say it came 2 seasons have passed and we've finished second twice and we've not won anything, I would not blame anyone for wanting to leave because like, you only have one career if you want to win something. Obviously, I'd rather you win it with us, but if we're nowhere near that, then I think it's only fair to move on. Like, I was never mad at Sanchez for leaving Arsenal because I thought he was actually going to Man City to win titles, but he went to Man United. So I think for me, I think I'll never blame a player for wanting to win things and be hungry and successful, but it doesn't take away that it will hurt if Lewis Skelly did leave one day. But I think for now he's at Arsenal, and we can just be happy with that. But yeah, I think that is a problem that we may have. But I think at the moment we don't have anything to worry about. But next season, I think it's going to be massive because if we keep going another season and we're not winning anything, then as fans, we can have our opinion, but I don't think anything will really change. So, yeah, I think it's going to be really tough for us next season if we don't win anything else, and I'll be quite frustrated as well. Um, so yeah, big up everyone as well that's watching this. I'm obviously answering your questions now. If you have any questions you want me to answer, obviously do not be afraid to send them in, as I'm more than happy to obviously go through them. Please do smash the likes up for this video, guys, if you're currently watching this. And yeah, do subscribe here if you like my content as well. I'm just gonna go through your questions. I'll probably stay on here for about 15 to 20 more minutes. And like I said, I'm back tomorrow as well with the Women's Euros, doing a live watch along of the Switzerland games. So yeah, obviously I can do a Q&A of that as well. So yeah, big up everyone that's watching. Big up James. The Gokras saga continues. If Sporting meet the 70 clause 60 plus 10 add-ons, his agent will get a 10% commission if he wishes to activate. Your thoughts? I'm gonna be honest, I'm so tired of this saga, to be honest with you. I just want it to be over. I just want us to pay what we need to pay and just get it done. Like, simple as that. I'm really tired of it. Um, yeah, it's a bit frustrating as well. Like you said, a 10% thing as well. So I don't know what the best option is right now, but I'm hoping that the club have their ideas. I rate Ben White highly. He just can't stay fit. So for the right money, we should sell him. Yeah, I feel like at the moment, like Timber has really earned the right to start in the team, and he should be starting next season for me. I will say about Timber is that I don't think it's been fair that he's played so much football. I do think there should have been chances where perhaps Ben White should have played, because Timber has just had that big injury and he shouldn't have played that much football, in my opinion. So I do think that's obviously a big concern with Arteta of managing his minutes. I think he needs to manage his minutes better, because at the end of the season I think he was burnt out at the end. So I think that was a bit unfair, but yeah, I do think Ben White has been here for quite a few years now. I think he's been a good player. I think I can be happy with what he's done at Arsenal, but at this moment in time, I just feel like you said. I mean, I don't think we can rely on Ben White. I don't think Ben White as a player you can rely on to stay fit. And but obviously, next season he could stay fit. We could see a completely different Ben White. So obviously, it's so hard to know at this moment. But yeah, I do feel a bit disappointed really with how his fitness has been, and that's not his fault really, because it's just some players can do well with the Premier League and playing lots of football on their body, but other players can't, and that's just how it goes. So yeah, I do hope Ben White can stay fit next season and do really well. MLS is also through and through. He will be a future captain in a few years. Yeah, definitely, I can definitely see that. Um, Victor Gokras wants the Arsenal move, get him in the 14 shirt. Yeah, he would. Like I said, I'm happy with him. I think that would be a great signing. I mean, him and Eze would be a great signing for sure, and obviously another winger would be great as well. So I'm really excited to see what is going to happen and what Arsenal are actually going to do, because we do need to bring in the right attacking players. Like I said, our attack needs to look a bit more exciting. We need some different ideas going forward. So yeah, I think for me, it's something that I would definitely want Arsenal to do, and hopefully, yeah, we can obviously bring in him and see what happens going forward. But yeah, hopefully, as they will be a player that will be announced pretty soon. And yeah, fingers crossed we'll see some signings anytime soon. But yeah, we need to bring in Gokras. I know we've been linked to other players like Etike and Sesko, but I don't know what Arsenal plan on doing really at the moment. I think Gyökeres would be probably our best signing, to be honest with you. But we never know what Arteta, Berta want to do. So yeah, we're gonna have to really just be patient and see what they have in their mind of doing. But yeah, obviously going to be exciting to see who we do bring in. Kepa obviously is our first signing of the summer. I think. Let me know who you think will be next. I think Super Mendy should be next. Super Mendy, then maybe Nordegaard. Who else could be coming in? Mosquera, and then obviously I think we're leaving the attackers to the end of the season because we're taking far too long with that. So Yeah, I think hopefully we'll see that coming soon. But yeah, it feels like a long wait, doesn't it really? So yeah, I hope more good things are gonna come pretty soon because we need to make sure that for pre-season as well, I think pre-season's so important. We obviously pre-season I think is like mid July, isn't it? I think it's like the 20th or maybe a bit sooner. But for the pre-season we definitely have to bring in the right players, and I think that's going to be so important to bring in the strikers and midfielders for the pre-season games. So yeah, obviously we hope that that's something that will get done. But yeah, hopefully we'll get all the right players in. But obviously we have taken a very long time for these announcements to happen, and I think it is very frustrating that we've taken this long. I think we need to speed up a little bit more than what we are. So yeah, I'm a bit frustrated as well, guys, to be honest with you. Um, about it all. But yeah, hopefully we'll see some announcements happen, more announcements happen very soon. When do you think the Mendy announcement? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I thought that would have been done in June. I'm surprised at how long the club have taken. But I would say definitely before pre-season. I think Arsenal are probably going to space out each of the announcements. Like maybe we might see one at the end of the week. That's me being optimistic, but I think we're definitely going to make these last. I think I'll be honest, the excitement is wearing out a bit, but I think Arsenal making us wait so we get more excited. But we have definitely we're definitely taking a lot of time. So yeah, I think for me, it's just gonna be we're gonna have to be patient in this window, and hopefully we'll bring in the right players. But my guess, maybe the end of the week, if I'm being optimistic enough. Maybe it might be a little bit longer. Big up James, big up everyone that's watching. Do really appreciate it. Um, our only problem is the forwards line. We are here getting midfielders and defenders better at point as users. I think we need the problem is that we need midfielders because Partey has left and we don't have a lot of cover, so we do need the right midfielders. Really, we do need the right players. And I think that's not a bad thing to do at all. But I think, like I said, we need to focus on obviously, bringing in the right players. Are you happy Brentford Sierra's going to Arsenal? I am happy, yes, to answer that, but I think that because Partey's leaving, it doesn't feel like a good signing. And it, I am generally slightly confused because I keep getting confused about who's actually what replacement is which. I mean, is this replacement Jorginho's? Because I am so confused, to be honest with you. I just don't know at this point what Arsenal are doing. But yeah, to answer your question, I do think he'll help Arsenal. I do think he'll be a good signing, but because Partey's leaving, it doesn't feel like a good signing. It feels underwhelming to a lot of people. You say that Arteta spent £824 million, but only 80 on the attack. I think Arteta's definitely wanted to build up the defense up to the attack, and if he's wanting to do that, then that's fine. But now bring in the attacking players that you need to bring in because he has really made us wait a while for our attacking players. And to be honest with you, there's been a lot of times where I think Arteta could have brought in attackers instead of defenders. I think he could have mixed up a bit, but clearly he didn't want to do that. So yeah, I think for me, we definitely have to bring in the attackers now. So yeah, we need to get that done and dusted. But yeah, I do really agree with that. I think he has taken a long time. He spent a lot of money, and we're being honest. We hope more of that money would have been spent on the attackers. I mean, I look back and I think we won the FA Cup, guys, and we had a really bad defence, but we had attacking players that could win us stuff. And I think sometimes that's all you need. You didn't always need the best. You didn't always need the best defence at times. You just need a really good attack as well. It obviously helps having a good defence. I mean, I remember Thierry in that final; he was so good, but ultimately we need some really big players to help us out in the attack. So yeah, that's my answer really. Personally, I believe next captain after Odegaard is Rice or Saka. Yeah, I mean, when Aubameyang's captaincy got taken off him, my captain was actually Tierney and Gabriel. And I think with the captaincy, I think Odegaard is a captain because I think he has this presence about him that's quite calm, and I think with Xhaka, he was a different type of personality, and I think Odegaard has that calmness about him. So I think maybe he's been picked for that reason. But I also feel as though you need a captain that will do the talking on the pitch and that will get you through the tough games like Rice has. So everyone will have a completely different view on a captain, but that is obviously my view. A captain is someone that will do everything for the club, dedicate their life, I guess. I mean, Kim Little for the women's team, people might not watch her, but for her, she has dedicated so much of her life to Arsenal and she's put in 100% effort for every game. And I think that is what I would want in a captain. Um, and Odegaard last season, I can't say that he has put 100% in, but I also think maybe I do believe he wasn't fit for a lot of the games, and that's on Arteta for playing him at the same time. So yeah, I do think there's a bit of everyone to blame for that, but yeah, I think we definitely need to have a much better season next season and bring in the right players for sure. Um, but yeah, I don't think we're going to change our captaincy anytime soon. I think it might be a bit disruptive if we did. But yeah, I don't think we're going to do that right now. So yeah, we're going to have to see what is going to develop with that. Obviously, um, if you have any questions, do send them in quickly. I'm going to end this in a couple of minutes. I've been on here for nearly an hour. But yeah, big up everyone obviously that's watches. I'm very, very grateful. So yeah, thank you all for your support as well. Like I said, I'm back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. I'm going to do a watch along for the Switzerland game. So yeah, feel free. I mean, if you didn't watch women's football, you're welcome to just chat with me anyway and ask me any Arsenal questions. So yeah, obviously I'm happy to yeah do that for you guys. And like I said, if you don't like women's football, fair enough. But if you want to chat with me anyway about Arsenal, whatever you want to chat with me about, then yeah, feel free to do that. But yeah, I will be doing lots of women's Euros content. The summer, obviously, Lionesses is my main one, but with the Arsenal women girls, I mean, I'm going to be watching them and I'm going to be obviously showing my support to them as well and doing videos on that. So yeah, Alfie D, big up to Alfie, big up him, and there's great content. Kevin, cheers, so have a good day. Thank you, Kevin. Always lovely to see you in here. I do apologise if we do end up buying Eze, but I do wish you all the best for the season. But yeah, thank you all. It's been honestly so lovely to chat with you all today. I can't lie, I've really, really enjoyed it. It's been so much fun. But like I said, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them on my streams and chat with you guys. So yeah, I will see you all tomorrow night. Obviously, there's so much football on at the moment; it's crazy. The Club World Cup, I'll be honest with you, I never really got into it, but I'm not going to diss it. I think it's interesting to see how other teams are doing. I mean, Man City, I think they got knocked out, didn't they? Which I'm not gonna lie, is quite funny to see. But yeah, there's been a lot going on for sure. But yeah, I do miss Arsenal. But yeah, if the Euros come up, I'm very, very excited. Like I said, thank you all for your support. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have enjoyed my show today. It's been lovely to chat with you all. Please do like this, guys. Do subscribe here too. If you're new here to help my channel grow, that'd be very, very much appreciated. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, and I hope to see you guys there. And I will see you all soon. Bye, guys.